All right, I am here down at 316 North Market Street at Antionette Altavisa's studio, and tonight I am going to be introducing to you Brandon Moore, who is a young gentleman that I met with the 1 Million Cups event at Del Tech a few weeks ago, and I was so overly impressed with him. I want to show you the studio before it gets too crowded. I usually get in and out of Wilmington really quickly, but let me show you what's tonight. It's normally hanging in the studio, and then we're going to go over and we're going to talk to Brandon, and then I'll just give you some more pictures. We started to do a live stream, but the connectivity wasn't that great, so I apologize to anyone who may have been watching it and then, it froze. But this is a great shop. This is great. She sells great jewelry. She makes jewelry. She repairs jewelry. Everything is unique. But that's not what I'm here for, with her in her beautiful dress. But I'm going to go over here and get a hold of Brandon before he starts getting too busy. And then first let me show you some of his stuff here. He does anime, and if you remember, I know my sons were into anime when Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that was really, really popular. So some of you may remember. Matter of fact, I still have Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards at home, but the boys don't use them. But I'm here because I want to introduce you to Brandon Moore, a young man, my new millennial in motion, and this is he. Hello, Brandon. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Great. And I was telling the people here, I'm going to put you on, feature you on my blog. But what I want to do is I want to come out here tonight. I'm going to bring you over here so I can get a better shot. And I want you to give us, who you are, what you do, how you got started, and any other information that you'd want to share, where people can find you, your social media platforms and things like that.
Well, my name is Brandon Moore. My art name is Single Trash Daddy. You can look for that on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. I've been drawing for a long time. My mom said I could draw before I could write letters or my name or anything like that. And I've only been painting for 2 years. And that's the product of that. I grew up with a lot of anime in my life. It inspires a lot of my work and a lot of the things that I do. So I do a lot of that outside of portraits and business cards and things like that. So that's pretty much the gist of it. I paint, draw. I really don't do much outside of that.
So what's your, well, obviously we know what your inspiration is, but you don't just wake up one morning and say, I'm going to paint or draw anime. So what was it?
My older brother, he started fiddling around with canvases and stuff like that a year or two ago, and was pushing me to try it, telling me that I would like it. And for one reason or another, I was really scared. I didn't want to paint. I was too stuck with digital art and sketchbooks and things like that. And then one day I tried it, and I got a really big response from it. People seemed to really like the canvases and things like that. And ever since then, I try to think to myself, okay, what do I watch and what do I know people will recognize? And even though I watch a lot of things from the 80s and 90s and people will see it and they'll not recognize it, I still kind of try to do a little bit of both.
And so this is great. So how did you get the eyes and ears of our hostess tonight here? How did this all, because you said it's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
And you're obviously not a starving artist, but how do you get yourself out there? For those young men and women, you millennials, and you have a talent, obviously you have a very good talent. How do you get yourself out there? What do you use to promote yourself? And I know you're going to say social media is one way, right?
Yeah, social media is definitely a big part of it. I'm in a big college area. I'm around UD a lot, so every once in a while I'll just show up and start painting with all my stuff everywhere with business cards. If I can be completely honest with you, a lot of it has kind of just been me going, well, maybe I'll post a thing here and then people will get back to me, or they contacted me the first time, I think, for the last art loop, and I had my things in here and they contacted me again. The woman who ran the the 100 Cups, she came to me and was like, I saw your business card, I saw you posting in Loma. Loma reached out to me after seeing my stuff out here. It's kind of just been like one big snowball once you put yourself in a specific area to like get the attention of a couple people. Those people contact those people, and then those people contact those people, and it kind of develops from there.
So really, you just have to get yourself a side hustle, and you've got to hustle. You know, nothing comes, opening up and it comes to you. But we're going to walk around here. We're going to see a little more pieces, and then this weekend is what we're talking about, like comics, right? We have comic drawing. Okay, so we're going to go back here. Thank you, Brandon, so very much.
No problem.
And I'll, take a couple of pictures, and we'll get you posted, and I'll get you on my blog.
Thank you.
And that was Brandon. And like I said, I was very overly impressed with this young man. And this here was the comic weekend. We got some artists back here. Wow, look at this. They're taking me back to the 60s. That's when I grew up. This is my era. And so it's really refreshing to see younger artists just really getting into it because it's classic. Look at that. You remember that? You realize smoking weed is better than fighting crime? Okay, I can't even say anything about that. I won't say anything about that. But this is some great. I love to watch these guys create.
Oh, no, that's
I love it.
that's my dad.
I'm going to come back with my cameras and show it. But I wanted to come in and see Brandon today. But I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do a little bit more in the shop. And then I'm going to interview Brandon, and this is going to actually be a blog post. So this is Antionette. You know who I am. Delaware blogger at DEDivadeals.com, fashion and fun after 50. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel and follow me on all my social media platforms, as well as my podcast, which is Social Media Sunday with the Delaware blogger, Sunday at 6 on Blog Talk Radio. See ya.